Hi, everybody. It's me, your girl, Dana. Um, I am working on a picture for my mom. Well, I'm finishing it. It's an artic fox, and I don't know how big it is. I don't even know it's a 30 by 40. Um, I don't know where she got it from, but as you could tell, she worked some of it, on some of it, and she wanted me to finish it for her. And yesterday, I finished his other ear, so today I am going to try to do at least 4 more sections and see how it goes. If I don't get it finished by today or tomorrow, I will get it done sometime probably this weekend or next week. She has too much stuff on her plate, and I know I'm trying to get a better view on things and stuff like that while I'm doing this. But yeah, okay, well, what do I want to talk about today? And by the way, that thing right there is a computer, and those are movies against the wall, so I have them set up to where I basically watch movies on my DVD player, but this is the picture that I'm working on. I think she ordered it online or something. Oops. Sorry about that. I have you guys lean up against my blanket, so it's kind of hard to have you guys set up right. And my dog's moving around, which I wish he would quit. But yeah, the movie, well, the show that I have been watching has been a couple shows that have watched. Not really. I don't have cable, so basically I go by Netflix. So I basically do shows, movies. I don't make them, but I watch them. So I recently just started watching Stranger Things, which my mom's told me about, and my old friend of mine that hates me right now. But I pretty much don't do watch a lot of shows or anything. Now that I'm gonna try to get this done for my mom, and hopefully it comes out great and fantastic. Like I said, she started it, and she wanted me to finish it for her because she's working on a horse. It's full square, and sometimes, to me, I don't really like squares, doing square diamond paintings. I just like, I like rounds. Sometimes I will do squares, but sometimes I won't, because I really don't like them because the fact that they pop, the drills pop, and the beads pop, and how you gotta do the checkerboard to make them straight and all that. The rounds, the rounds I can handle, I can do. It's just squares I can't do. I did do 3 squares within 3 months because I think I did a square one for my mom, and also I'll be uploading another video as well to show you the other ones I've done, and what other ones I finished for my mom. Basically, all the ones that I've done in the portfolio and the binder that I showed you guys yesterday, those are the ones that I've done so far in the portfolio. I did have diamond paintings over there, but all my diamond paintings got ruined, so I don't have any more. So now my mom is letting me work on, the ones that she can't get to, or if she's working on a big picture, then she will let me work on a little one for her and get them done. And see, yes, I will do a whole picture. I'll do a whole picture, not gonna lie. But sometimes it depends on how I feel, because most of the times I'm on the phone with my boyfriend. Most of the times I'm, busy doing whatever else that needs to be done, cleaning, chores, walking the dogs, and most of the time I'm just on the phone with my boyfriend. And yes, I do have a boyfriend. He lives in Illinois. I'm in Michigan. We have been together. Yesterday or the other day was our 7th month anniversary. So we have been together for 7 months, going on 8 in October. April 6th or May 6th will be our year together, being together. Yes, we do fight and argue, like any other couple that out there that fights and argues. And no matter how hard we fight and argue, we always fix it, we make up, and we've broken up a couple times, but we've also gotten back together. So it's basically kind of like an off and on relationship. Right now, he's busy because he just moved into his new house, and he's helping his parents with, basically taking all of his stuff from his storage unit and putting it into his new house and stuff like that. So I don't really get to call him except at night, and we sleep on the phone together. And we pretty much, our love is strong and everything, and I love him to death, and I want to get him something for Christmas this year to at least show him how much I love him. Let's see. I do have a cousin who lives in Maryland with his wife. They were living in Texas, but then it was too hot, I guess, in Texas, and that story, and they decided to move to Maryland. And he's like 25 years old. I will be 25 in 3 months, and my boyfriend, he'll be 24 So basically, he's a year younger than me, and I'm a year older than him. I do reading as well. So basically, with going back and forth with diamond paintings and reading, I tried to have time for both. Sometimes I do, reading for a very long time until I finish all the books, and then when I get really, really bored, I do diamond paintings. And see, my mom, she wants to go to Michael's because she's heard that there's been new diamond paintings in there, and I want to try to at least get a couple. But right now, for Christmas, I'm thinking about getting an iPhone 10. Crap, I didn't need that. iPhone 10 XR, I mean, and a laptop. I was gonna buy a laptop of a lady, but she blew me off. She made all these excuses, or she told me she was gonna do it last Sunday, bring the computer, and I texted her, and she told me that she didn't know if she was gonna do it now because of her car was acting up, and I don't like people like that. So my mom just uploaded her second video of a whip and chat. If you don't know what a whip and chat is, basically what it is that we have our cameras pointed to the canvas in the picture we're working on, so you don't see our faces, and we work on it while we talk. So basically, you guys can still hear our voices, it's just you guys won't be able to see our faces. Sometimes people will see, people's heads or something, but not their faces. I heard that the weather's going to be really, really cold coming up this year, and I know everybody's excited for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas, all the holidays coming back up again. Then it'll be 2023. So I'm going to tell you guys what happened. So I have a rash on my neck, and usually, I have, I thought it, sometimes I'm thinking to myself, like, it's dry skin, no big deal, I could put lotion on it, and then it'll go away. Well, see, I have, every time when it's dry, I put this lotion on it, and it's got oatmeal in it. And so it was dry the other day, no biggie, like any other day. I put, lotion on it, thinking that it was going to make it better. Well, it didn't. It did not make it better. It made it worse. So I started itching and burning, and so I'm like, oh great, maybe, I'm allergic to something, maybe I'm allergic to, the laundry soap, or, something I ate, or something like that. And then when so my mom, she told me to put a cold wash rag on it to see if that would help. So I put a cold wash rag on it for 10 seconds, however they do it. So after I did that, it did not help, of course. Basically, I didn't really So I was itching and it was still burning like always. So I'm like, oh great, I'm allergic to something or it's something serious. So my mom was like, all right, go take a full on cold shower. So I went in there, and I took the cold shower. When I got in there, it started burning, itching, my leg was itching, and usually my leg never itched. So I got out of the shower and it stopped for like a second and then it started itching and burning again. So I'm like, great, this is ridiculous. I need to get to the emergency room because I don't know what's going on. And see, I'm not trying to cry because, it's bothering me so much that I'm getting ready to cry. Because, oops, and I'm getting worried. Sorry about that again. So I'm getting like worried because I don't know what's going on. So, of course, I'm sitting there itching, and my mom's like, well, what do you want to do? What do you need to do? Do you need to go to the emergency room? So I tell her, I say, yes, Mom, I really need to go to the emergency room because, I'm worried about this. So I call the hospital, and they tell me they can get me in at 3. So we get to the hospital at 3. I get signed in and everything. They don't get me back until like 3:30. And I'm getting anxious because I'm itching and it's burning and my leg is shaking, trying to hurry it up to see the doctor because, I couldn't take the bearable burning and the itching anymore. So everyone else is getting called. Oops, I didn't want that size. And I'm getting anxious to get in the doctor. And everyone else was getting called before me, so I'm like getting upset, crying, and finally they call me in at 3:30. So I told my mom, I said, really? I said, they waited this long to see me at 3:30? I said, this is more important than anybody else right now, like, I'm just like anxious. So the lady tells me she, checks my blood pressure and all that. And she asked me, oh, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. So I tell her what's going on. And so she goes, well, the doctor will be in shortly. So I'm sitting there, just worrying about the doctor or what he's going to say and all that. So finally, the doctor comes in. And he goes, so you've been having some itchy neck, have you? I said, yes. I said, this is ridiculous, Doc. I wanna see what's causing this. And I tell him about my leg itching. And so he looks at it and he goes, well, it looks like a yeast infection. And he says, most of the time, he says, what people can cause and experience this is that if someone is doing yard work or construction work or any kind of type of work that makes you sweat and hot, that could cause you to get a yeast infection on your neck. And basically, if you're in the shower and you wash your neck and you don't rinse it or anything, that can cause it. He said also if you're how do I say it? He said also if you're you take a shower and you rinse your neck but you don't dry your neck off, that could cause it as well. And he said it's very common because babies get it all the time. And he said, well, I'm going to give you this cream. And he said, well, I want you to put it on twice a day for 30 days till it's gone. So he goes, for me, on the other hand, he goes, to be honest, I think it's going to be gone like within like 5, 6, or 7 days. But if not, then he said, I want you to just do it for 7 days, or 30 days, just in case. He said, if you notice that it's gone and you don't need it anymore, or don't feel free to, or if you don't need to put any more on, or if you don't need to use it anymore, then I suggest you don't use it no more. He said he wants me to avoid lotion at all costs. So basically, so I'm like, oh great, and I'm relieved, because I thought I was allergic to something. My mom thought it was something serious, and we're both worried, like, I'm like worried because I thought it was something serious. And it was really scary at the moment because I didn't know what it was going to do, or if I was going to, if I was going to have to, get a shot in my butt or something. Or something like that, but nope, what a relief. Doctor said it was a yeast infection, so that's good. This is actually the longest video I've ever done. I mean, try to do it for an hour, but my neck is starting to bother me because I'm bent down and laying on the bed doing this picture, so it's kind of hard for me to probably do it for an hour, hey? And usually when I do pictures, I only do like 2 sections a day, and then sometimes I do some at night too. So basically it depends on the picture, and it depends on how I feel, if I'm gonna, do the picture or not, or if I feel like I'm gonna do the picture or not. But yeah, that is what a whip chat is. Whip and chat is basically for women who do diamond paintings or guys do diamond paintings. They point the camera to the picture that they're doing and they just sit and chat, and they don't show their faces. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And right now we don't have the right equipment to do that. So yeah, basically that's what a whip and chat is. Sometimes, people can go on live and do diamond pictures on live on Facebook and talk to people. I used to do that, but not many people were watching me, so I was kind of bummed and stuff like that. So it was basically kind of hard for me to show my face out there. And see, I was working for a company called I don't know what it was called, All Stars, and it was, at first I was kind of shy to do that company, and I didn't really like it. I mean, I was trying my hardest to put myself out there. I was, doing all this stuff to do my best to do my, my work and stuff like that. And I was too busy, or I got sick to do it all. So I was like, you know what? I can't do this. I'm gonna have to quit doing this for now until I have enough time to, do this job. And so, yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was really something to do with my life. I mean, at first I was excited because, my friend made me an affiliate and stuff like that. And when she told me that I had to go live every day or a couple days or something like that, I was like kind of shy because I didn't know if I was doing it right or if I was doing anything wrong. I was pretty much shy. And yesterday, when my mom made her very first video and uploaded it on YouTube, I basically, pretty much, she was shy and she was scared. And so I told her, I said, well, Mom, we'll just do a practice video. And, you don't have to do, I mean, the only thing that you need is good, equipment. And see, on the other hand, I mean, I use my phone because otherwise I would lose my laptop. But like I said, the lady that I was supposed to buy a laptop from, she gypped me, and I bought a desktop computer, which which I do love it, but right now I'm thinking that for Christmas I'm gonna get a laptop and then an iPhone and then do my stuff on better devices and get it all situated and stuff. And yeah, but so if you guys could please subscribe to this channel and my mom's channel. Like I said, her name is Tina Reed, or I think it's just Tina Loves Diamond Painting. Like I said, she just uploaded another video this morning, so she is getting really great at it. She is wonderful at this. I just seen her video this morning, and I absolutely love it. And like I said, I am 24, I live in Michigan, and I have a boyfriend that lives in Illinois. We've been together for 7 months, going on 8, and basically, I mean, our relationship's strong. We're starting to, I mean, he's a great man. I mean, all my life, I've been cheated on, and the whole story about that with my ex, David Huffmeyer, he lives in Michigan too, but he lives like 5 hours away from me. To be honest, I was in love with him. I was. But, oops, sorry. I'm sorry about that. I keep dropping you guys. Sorry. The whole story about that was that it was just a complete waste of time. Yes, we did. At first, we were in love. We were doing great with our relationship until I found out by, I must have not have cut that. by his sister, or we were together for about, how do I say this? We were together for about a month or two, maybe 3 months, and everything was good in our relationship. Everything was perfect. We were great together, until one day, because he lives with his real dad some days, and then his real mom on other days. But the thing is that his real mom is engaged to someone else, and his dad is married to somebody else. So it was kind of hard for him to. So what I was saying is that he would call me all the time, and he would how do I say this? He would call me all the time. He would sleep on the phone with me. He would do a lot of stuff, like boyfriend and girlfriend should. He would, just basically be a boyfriend to me, until one day, I find out by his sister didn't really like me. Excuse me. His sister didn't really like me much. She was basically rude and disrespectful to me all the time, and I didn't like it. And so one day, there was this girl over, and he told me that it was his sister. But neither did I know that one day he was on the phone with me, and he hurt his hand somehow, and she had his legs on him, on his lap, and I was on the phone. So I hung up, and he texts me, and he goes, "Why'd you hang up the phone, babe?" I said, "Why is your sister's legs all over your on your lap?" She goes, "I don't know." He goes, "I don't know. I have no idea." So he called me back, and him and her went outside, I guess, smoke a cigarette or whatever. So the next day, we were on the phone. And the thing is that, don't get me wrong, but he was in the kitchen, and she came up and slapped him on the butt, which I didn't really like it. And I was on the phone with him again. So I, got onto his Facebook, and I texted her, and I said, "Why did you slap my boyfriend's butt?" She goes, "Oh, it's just a thing we do. We all do it," and stuff like that. So I told her, I said, "Please don't do it again," because I didn't like it. I was uncomfortable with it, especially seeing another girl slap him on the butt. So she goes, "Okay, I won't, blah, 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 blah." So one day, because certain days he goes over to his mom's, and, basically just like a custody thing. One weekend he goes to his mom's, the other weekend he goes to his dad's. So one day he was at his uncle's, and this guy was flirting with me, and I was not feeling good because I was puking. At the time, the guy was flirting with me, and I guess the guy asked me if I wanted to see his private. And so I told my ex David, because I gave my ex David my Facebook info, and I basically told him, I said, "Well, can you get on my Facebook and block the guy for me?" So he blocks him, and that same night, he comes home about like 10 or 11 at night. So he comes home and he goes, I don't feel good. Can we go to bed? So I was like, all right, we can go to bed. So he was laying there and he goes, oh yeah. He goes, you know that guy that was flirting with you? I said, yeah. He goes, well, the guy asked you if you wanted to see his private area and you didn't say nothing. You didn't even tell him you had a boyfriend. And see, I was on my, my monthly at the time and I was puking. So basically every time when I'm on my period, like, I get cramps really bad to where I puke and stuff like that. So I was trying to explain to him that I wasn't feeling that good. So he starts yelling at me. Like really bad. Like he was yelling at me. So he's like, because I guess the day before he had 2 phones. And see, don't get me wrong, I have like 4. And one phone, he was on the phone with me. And the next phone, he was on the phone with a different girl. And see, I was laying there one day and I heard another female on the phone with him. And they were flirting, of course. And so I said, what the fuck, like out loud, like to where they both could hear me. So all of a sudden it went quiet. So he muted himself on the phone, he turned his camera off, and stuff like that. So he basically, I hung up on the phone. He goes, texts me and he goes, why did you hang up the phone? So I said, who are you on the phone with? He goes, oh, that's just a friend that has ADHD, and stuff like that. So I was like, does she know you have a girlfriend? He goes, yeah. And I said, okay, but I said, you were flirting with her. He goes, no, I wasn't. And I said, yeah, you were. So that night when he accused me of cheating, I told him, I said, well, you don't love me no more. I said, you never loved me. Blah, 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 blah. He goes, well, that's what pisses me off, is you say that I don't love you when I do, blah, 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 blah. So we were arguing for a while on the phone, through talking. And he goes, well, I'm going to fucking bed. So I told him, I said, well, so am I. So I went to bed, and I thought, we were going to still sleep on the phone. So he hangs up, and me and him were like arguing through text for like an hour. Then he texts me and says, oh, it's over. So I'm like heartbroken and everything else because, I didn't know what to do. And plus I was cheated on right on the phone and I heard it all. So the next day, this girl named Angelina, she was my sister, but she's not my sister no more because I guess a big fight we got into. So she calls me up and she says, hey, she goes, are you dating David Huffmeyer? I said, no, not anymore. So she calls me up, she tells me that he was on the phone with her saying that me and him were still together and, and how we were married and stuff. So I explained to her and I sent her all the screenshots that happened. And she's like, well, before you guys got together, she was telling me, or she said, so she goes, well, when you guys started dating, he told me that y'all weren't together and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, great, he's a cheater and a liar. So me and Angelina were friends for a very long time. And so after David, I met another guy named Tony Beaumont who lives in Florida. Everything was good with me and him. We, you know, he tried to get me to go down there, and I was gonna go down there and live with him and everything, but I knew how moms and dads can be, and he was in his 30s, so I was like, might as well wait a little bit until I'm at least a little bit older and I can drive. So one day, everything turned into crap. We were arguing, we were, you know, like, just, I don't know. So one day, he starts flirting, and he starts sending nudes to this one girl that I was friends with. I mean, I'm not friends with her now anymore, but yeah. So when me and Dalton first got together, we met through a ex-friend of ours, Steven Porter, which he hates me right now, and I understand why. And so when me and Dalton first met, we were both shy, you know, and Steven was, you know, like saying, you need to talk to her, come on, talk to her, you know, don't be shy, bro, you know. And I was shy at first because, you know, I had this major crush on him. Like, I didn't know who he looked like and what he looked like until I went onto his Facebook, and I'm like, oh my god, he is like really cute and sexy. Like, I could really date him and marry him if I wanted to. So me and Dalton that day, we started talking, asking each other questions, you know, where we're from and how old we were, and blah 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 blah, you know, laughing, having a good time with, you know, all the friends that we had. And so the day after we met, you know, Steven helped me get a PlayStation account because I didn't, you know, Dalton didn't have a phone at the time, so he could only talk to me through PlayStation. And I didn't have a PlayStation. So, you know, Dalton was like, well, you could get the PlayStation app and we could talk that way. So Steven's like, well, in order for her to do that, I'd have to go onto my PlayStation and make an account and an avatar for her so y'all can talk. So after that was all said and done, you know, like after Steven made me an account and everything, and I signed into it and stuff like that, I added Dalton up and we got in the party chat together. We started talking, and next thing you know, he asked me out. He's like, well, you know, what would you say if I asked you out right now? I said, I would say definitely 100% fucking yes, you know, like, because I was like drooling on him and saying, okay, I definitely want this man. So our first get together, it was amazing. I knew there was just a love connection, and, you know, he was the sweet romantic man I've ever met. Like, I was just like, okay, this man is my dream come true. So after, I think it was about a month or two later, we got into an argument one night or over some shit, and the one time we got together, his ex got into the party chat, and him and his ex were flirting, so it made me jealous, and don't get me wrong, I was jealous, and so me and him broke up, and it was heartbreaking because I didn't know what to do at the time, and so a little while later, we got back together. About a month or two later, we got back together, and it was it was like I just fell in love all over again. Like I fell in love with this man all over again. And so after that, we were together for about another couple months, and then I think, you know, something happened. We got into an argument, and then he went back to his ex again, you know, and I was heartbroken because we got into an argument and he was mad at me, and she wanted him to get back with her. So he did. So I was upset, heartbroken for a while, and like I just didn't understand it. So about like 5 months later, or 5 months ago, we got back together. And we've been together ever since. We have been together for 7 months. Like I said the other day, it was our 7th month anniversary. We're a strong, lovable couple. And even though we still get into arguments, but I still love his smart ass, like I will always love him no matter what. But he's the best boyfriend that I've had so far. He's really amazing to me, and he's really a great, amazing guy. It's hard to believe all the exes that I've had. They'd always cheat on me, or they'd always, they'd either cheat on me or they'd just tell me, oh yeah, I'll date you, and then, like, day or two later, they'd tell me, oh yeah, it's over. I can't do this anymore. But like I said, it's just a wonderful time that me and Dalton have had together for the past 7 months. You know, a guy like that, a guy like him, you never know. They don't come once in a lifetime, like, I love him to death, and like I said, I don't know what I would do if me and him ever broke up again. I hope that never happens, because being together with somebody for this long and then breaking up with them is heartbroken. And see, I did have another ex named Tony Sayer. Me and him were together for about 8 months. Was gonna be 9 until he broke up with me because I was friends with a guy, and it was a shattering moment. And ever since then,